Hello and welcome to Countdown to Christmas with Barb Ryder, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. This is the first card that we're going to have in the series, and it is using the Joy of Sharing card kit. So I'm going to show you how to make this fabulous fold with leftovers that you have from your kit. So I am going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And we are going to, I'm going to just put this here so you can see. We are going to use the following items. Card base of 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. You need a gold square, which you'll have lots of those left out of the kit when you make those cards. And so it's just the inside of the and I'll show you that in just a second, inside of what you pop out to make the 15 cards with the kit. You'll need a white square, 2.5 by 2.5. You'll also need a piece of white, Whisper White at 3.75 by 5. You'll need a piece of the inside cardstock that will be 4 by 5.25. Then you're going to need a gold strip. You need 2 pieces that are 1/2 inch by 1.5. Angle cut on one end. You'll see that during the demonstration. Designer paper of 1.75 by 4 inches, and I'm using the plaid tidings. You're going to need leftover pine cone die cuts and the long cutout for the sentiment. So those are the some of the leftover items that you'll need, and just a few extra pieces of cardstock that you may have that will coordinate with your designer paper. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and get started. So we're going to start out by using shaded spruce, and in the kit you have mossy meadow, which coordinates with this. And what we're going to do, first of all, we need to score this at 4.25. So I am going to take my scoring tool and make sure that's the lighter one. And you want to make sure that you're not using the darker with our cutter. There you go. So it's 4.25. All right, just like that. Now, what we're going to do is cut this fun fold. So what you have to do is you need to make sure that you are on 3 inches right here. Your left side is on the 3 inches, just like that. And then we are going to be using the cutter, and we need to start at 2.5 inches. So on your guide, there are inches. So it's harder, a little bit harder to, I'm going to move over this way a little bit so I can see better. All right, so what we need to do is make sure that we have our little points here on the ends that are lined up with 2.5. So there's lines right here, like I said. So we are going to go at 2.5. Line that right up there at 2.5, and then pop that down. So I'm at 2.5, and then I need to go to 4 7/8, which is almost to the 5, but not quite. So I'm going to slide this down to 4 7/8, which is right there. Okay, so there's what I have, just like that. Okay, now can you see that cut? So now I'm just going to turn the cardstock like this, still line up at my 3 inches over here, and now I am going to come up to 5/8 inch. So that is, again, just before, just past the half. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So that's how I have to do it. So there is 5/8, and then basically you're going to pull this and cut this up to 4 7/8, which actually you just want to come to where you have already cut. Okay, so let me pull this up so you can see. See there? You've got this L shape. Let me move it in the light differently. See there? You've got this L shape. That's what we need. Okay? So that's the cutting that we have to do. And then I have taken some designer paper, like I said, from the plaid tidings. It is this one here that I've chosen to use with this particular card. And then what we need to do, I've already pre-cut that. And that again is the designer paper 1 3/4 by 4. We're going to be using that. So, and on top of that, you're going to need that square. So here is the gold I've cut out already in this square. Lay that over here. And then Whisper White, that is going to be layered on top of that. And then I have also cut some of the gold pieces with the angled tips as mentioned at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to set those to the side, but let me show you. Once you have this cut, the trick here is this. You're going to take this and you are just going to fold this right in, and you want to line this up as straight as you can. Actually, I'm going to lay it down on here so I can do it the best that I can. You want this lined up as straight as you can get it. Okay, so there's that. And then grab your bone folder, one of those stamper kit tools that you need. And look at that. This is so amazing. Okay, so there we are. That's your special fold that we're going to do. All right, so that's the trick on that. So now I need this piece for my sentiments, and I'm going to use some pine cones. And I am also going to use some Mossy Meadow, that you get the square that comes in your kit, but I have my large pad, so I just grabbed that. And also we're going to be using the Merry Christmas, and here we are. So it's hard to see the different stamps that are in here, but you have Season's Greetings, you have To You and Yours, and then you have a beautiful sentiment, which is hard to read through here, but wishing you a, see, it's probably easier to do this. Wishing you a season filled with the special warmth of friendship, the precious joy of sharing, and the wonderful blessings of happiness. So we can stamp that on the inside, but I am also going to be using this. These are distinctive stamps too, which come out looking like just completely, realistic. That's the right word I want to say, is realistic. So I just need to use this little guy here, and we are going to go ahead and do a little stamping onto the square. Now, if you didn't want to do this, you didn't have to, but these are so beautiful. I just thought probably want to use that. Okay, so I am just going to stamp a couple of these just like that. Maybe down here. Let's come over here with that one. Okay, we'll go with that for now. And then I also want to stamp my sentiment on here. And I have Merry Christmas that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to stamp that right in the center. Just like that. It's a nice, very nice font. Okay, so there is that. Let's see here. Now, we do have cardstock to go on the inside. And I have chosen to go with the Cherry Cobbler and the Whisper White. Those are the other colors listed. So what we can do on the inside is stamp this saying that I just shared. Let's grab that. And actually, I don't need that big of a block. Let me grab a different block here. There we go. See if we can get that pretty straight. There we go. All right, that is not straight. Here's a tip. You could lay your stamp down onto your grid paper. Come up here so you can see a little bit better. And then you can put it onto your block just like that. Okay, so I'm going to actually stamp that in the Mossy Meadow and just come down. Now I want to make sure that it's not going to show up towards the top there. So I'm going to come towards the middle of the card and just stamp that. Beautiful. And then I'm going to actually put a couple of these sprigs, which I think are beautiful. I think I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do another one just like that. And maybe down at the bottom here. Beautiful. Looks fabulous. Okay, let's get this card put together now. All right, I've chosen a couple extra pieces. You have so many pieces that are in that kit that are going to be left over after making those 15 cards. So let's just start layering our items together. And we have our inside. This is going to go onto the cherry cobbler, which coordinates very well with the designer paper. That piece of designer paper, that's the back side. We're just going to put that onto the front of our card, right down here. And again, that is, you want to kind of center it there. And then our next step is the gold piece. That's going to go on the square that we've already flipped around here. Now, hopefully it's not too bad with that lighting. So, but you're going to center that right into that to create that square. And then you have your next piece that you've done the extra stamping on. I want to put it on this way. That's going to go right on top of your square. Just like that. Now, I said you cut 2 little pieces of the gold. Let me see where those are, right here. These are like a 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch. And what I want to do is basically have those come out from either side here. So I need to grab my silicone mat. And again, if you're just joining, thank you for stopping by for Countdown to Christmas. We are going to be making Christmas cards until the week of Christmas. And so make sure to subscribe so you'll get a notice every time that I upload one of the projects. Oh, you know what we need to do? Let's just make sure we're not off the edge here. So I want to come here. Let me put some adhesive on this one. The reason it's on the gold is because the sentiment will go on top of that. So let's see. So I'm just kind of lining it up at first. Oh, goodness. Here we go. All right. And then this is just going to, go outside the tips here. So let me see. Just kind of doing this backwards, I guess. I just want to make sure that it's not going past the card. So let me pull this one. I want to pull this out just a little bit more. See if that works. That works. Okay. But that's how you do it. Just pop that on there just like that. Okay, you need some dimensionals, and dimensionals do come in the kit, so you will have those available inside the kit. The only thing that you need in this, besides what comes in the kit, is some double stick adhesive, and you don't even have to use that. You can use the glue dots that come in there or the dimensionals. But my recommendation, it even comes with a block for all that will fit all of the stamps, and I honestly have pulled it right out of the kit already. I'm sorry, I don't even have it to show it to you. But here we go. We're going to put this right here so that it's not off of the edge of the card. Beautiful. Okay, now it's time to build. We are going to take this, and how should we do that? Oh, that looks good. Kind of like that. So again, I am going to use those dimensionals, and we are going to pop this up. Just like this. Okay. I think that's kind of what I wanted right in there. Just like that. And then to add that extra layer, you can take this little pine cone and you can add it on top here. I don't know. I don't think I want to. I think I kind of like it just like that. I don't think I'm going to add any extra pine cones, but that's an extra piece. And then the last thing, let's put this inside our card. And then we have our first card. Oh boy. I just used the last here. Thank goodness I have my old adhesive somewhere right here. How about that? Just when you think you're all set for a live. Anyway, this is our old snail that I just have right here. I just want to make sure I get enough adhesive on here. There we go. All right, and then this will get centered on the inside of your card. So beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And that is using scraps and then just some extras that you may already have. Whisper White and colored cardstock. So there you go. That is using some that's an alternative in the Joy of Sharing card kit. If you need anything, you can contact me at barbryder.stampinup.net or give me a message on Facebook. You can find me at Stamp with Barb, Ypsilanti, Michigan. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe. Bye-bye.